Hello, and welcome to our second video on the upcoming expansion for Heartsofiron 4, By Blood Alone. I'm Peter Nicolson, Game Director, and today, along with the team, I'd like to begin by introducing to you some of the country content shipping in By Blood Alone, beginning with the Italian focus tree.
We've added a lot of plausible options so that the player can not only feel and immerse into the historical experience, but also have a lot of choice to customize their country throughout the game. For 1936 start, we've changed, first of all, the OOB, the divisions that were actually fighting in the Ethiopian front. We added irregular troops and we added the black shirts as well. Then Italy starts with some debuffs now, meant to represent the issues they had both in terms of industry, especially military industry, and in the army. The idea with these debuffs is that you can actually fix some of these issues in the focus tree. You can actually specialize your army branches to make them very powerful and focused on very specific kind of warfare.
The alt-fascist branch focuses mainly on Italo Balbo and Dino Grandi. Italo Balbo was very much a military man, being an air marshal, so it will focus a lot on the military and building up Libya, since he was a governor there. And for Dino Grandi, he will focus mostly on seeking new alliances and diplomatic ties with other nations, and with the help of other people building up the industrial base of Italy. The common branch between them will focus on dealing with the fascist party of Italy and the legacy of Mussolini. And once you've done that, you can move forward to a brand new future for Italy and fascism. The non-aligned path for Italy is basically the monarchist branch for Italy, where you can go either absolute monarchist or you can go down the path of a democratic monarchy. You will also have to decide what to do with the fascists, the Grand Council of Fascism. You can either disband the black shirts or form the royal guard. You can also seek the support of the papacy to oust the Council of Fascism totally. The monarchy branch will also have its own small industrial branch, which will give different buffs and bonuses. What would an Italian alt history branch be without the Roman Empire? Of course, we need to have that in the game, and of course, we do.
The idea with the Roman Empire branch is that you try to find some epic war machines to get this technological advantage that the Romans had. Super heavy tanks, super heavy battleships, and stuff like that. And you will also be able to deal with a lot of ancient Roman regions that you will be controlling and get the most out of them.
Italy, of course, is just the beginning. No story of Italy's sphere of influence during World War II would be complete without giving a voice to their main adversary at the beginning of the campaign, Ethiopia.
Ethiopia started war with Italy. They are probably going to lose that war. Trying to balance that is really fun. It's going to be Heartsofiron on not easy mode, playing Ethiopia. The main idea is that you can play as Ethiopia and try to survive, basically, either by going into exile or trying to stay and fight the Italians, and then reclaim your country and build on that. Your main choice of action would probably be to find somewhere to go into exile and try to get them on your side and then retake your country.
The idea for the fascist path is to try and survive by collaborating with the Italians and backstabbing the Emperor of Ethiopia. The other path is about doing the complete opposite of that and focusing on regaining independence from Italy. In the communist path, there's an option to try and gain support from the Soviet Union and go down a more authoritarian communist path. And the other option is to go down the anarchist path and try and form a loose-knit federation in Ethiopia to try and push back the Italians from East Africa. The anti-colonialism mechanic is a way for Ethiopia to liberate countries from imperial rule the colonial mechanic allows Ethiopia to funnel weapons and give political support to resistance movements in countries to overthrow those European powers. The African Union is an organisation that allows Ethiopia to form a supranational federation across the continent of Africa, kind of in a similar style to the European Union or the Soviet Union.
With Italy and Ethiopia covered, we scale the Alps to experience the tenuous balancing act of Switzerland's historical position, and a deeper look into timelines that might have been.
It's a country that was officially neutral, but had a major influence on how the war developed and how it ended up. In the historical focus tree for Switzerland, you will not join the war, but you will have to keep all the external forces balanced so you can manage to stay out of the war and keep your independence and democracy alive. In alt history, Switzerland can join the war and can train proper troops, and there's two general ways it can go. We do have a focused branch for fascism, but it's a branch where Switzerland is coerced by its fascist neighbor, in this case Germany most of the time, to join them or else. In the fascist alt history path, you can join Germany as a reluctant ally of them. On the other hand, you can stay democratic and join the allies, either by joining France as a puppet, joining the allies as an equal partner in Europe, or, personally my favorite one, making a secret pact with the allies. You can stay neutral and then help the allies covertly until you're ready to join the war properly. The Alpine Confederation is an alternate version of Switzerland, where Switzerland seeks to spread their democratic system to the other Alpine states. Eventually, you will form a democratic confederation that consists of all the Alpine states, and this will put you in a better footing to go against major powers.
In By Blood Alone, we'll be introducing the balance of power mechanic, designed to represent factional division on a governmental level.
The balance of power mechanic is a major new mechanic that will affect all nations in different ways and will have major consequences for Italy. Of course, you have Benito Mussolini on the one side, which will face off against the Grand Council of Fascism. And if you want to oust Mussolini, you got to make sure that he's not in power, that he's not controlling the balance of power. The balance of power will also affect the democratic path and the communist path in different kind of ways.
In Switzerland, the power is evolved to the cantons. The leader is just a mere council with some vague powers, but not a lot of power. So the balance of power is between a decentralized Switzerland, which is how it starts as, and a more centralized Switzerland. As you centralize Switzerland, you're able to take more aggressive actions, because if you're decentralized, cantons don't want to join the war. Cantons want to stay neutral and deal with their own problems instead of having to join a war. You can leverage the centralized power to make a more militarized Switzerland.
And that's all for now, but we'll be back soon to detail further mechanics coming in By Blood Alone. Until then, make sure to follow us on social media, and see you again soon.